Mr. Jawaid Akhtar may well be one of the closest to our everyday life in the sense that he is the chairman of the Coffee Board of India. He has been serving with the Indian Administrative Service for around 25 years now, and his experience covers a wide range of departments like land, management, commerce, communication, industries, urban development, science and technology, and of course, coffee. He holds MSc and MBA degree from Patna University and EP-GBM from IIM Kolkata. It is a pleasure to have a person with a knowledge breadth as his amongst us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you this evening, sir. I invite Mr. Jawaid Akhtar to address the gathering.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Sadgopan, Professor Sandeep Shastri, Mr. VP Baligar, Dr. Alok Pandey, Ms. Maithili Ramesh, Mr. Ramesh Sinwas, all the distinguished guests, faculty members, and my colleague, students of the IIIT-B. I am extremely happy and honored to be here this evening. And this is, if I could recollect correctly, my fourth visit to IIIT-B. The first visit that I made was in my capacity as the Director, Information Technology of Karnataka, when this institute was functioning from the ITPL. And that was the time that Professor Sadgopan took us around and showed how you can have international conferences on phone. So using Polycon hardware. And after that, the next visit was here when this campus was under construction. The third one was Foundation Day, along with the Minister for Industry, Mr. R.V. Deshpande, and the governing body chairperson, Narayan Murthy. And this is the day that I am addressing you as one of the guests here this afternoon. It is a matter of great satisfaction and great honor for me. And I am very happy to note that whatever was promised and told by Professor Sadgopan has manifested itself in terms of the performance of this IIIT-B. But the most important thing that the IIIT-B manifests is the public-private partnership. See, this is one word which has been used quite often and has been misused also. And most of the things which have been taken under the PPP have not really succeeded in our country. This is one example, an institution which has really lived through this philosophy of government, private sector working together. And this is best reflected in the fact that the government promoted this organization and made it autonomous. Educational institutions should be autonomous and should be run by the academics. That was manifested in the philosophy of the Karnataka government, that it provided land, old building, and money, and made it free to the academics to run this institution. And as of now also, for its functioning, the institution mobilizes fund through the fee and through the chair professorships or contributions from the corporate sector and also from the government from time to time. So this is really a great example of public-private partnership, which has not been often remembered with this word. Whenever we speak public-private partnership, we only talk of this toll road, which has come up here.
Airport.
An airport, of course. So I must commend the faculties here, especially Dr. Sadgopan, for the progress of the institute. Another thing which is really noteworthy is that the incubation center concept came here very early. I think from the first or second batch alumni itself, first batch itself, incubation center, and now incubation center, those institutes are also incubating new companies. So it will suffice to say that this is a very innovative institution, very forward-looking, and very, very functional. So the students which are coming out of this institution must also show great enterprise, great creativity, and great innovation. That is one expectation that the country has from the students of the IIIT-B. I would like to cite a few coincidences to make it less boring. So there is a great connection between information technology and coffee. So at the face of it, it looks very disconnected, isolated ones. There is a really great connection historically also. See, it starts like this. Karnataka is the capital of coffee industry in the country. It is also capital of the IT. So Karnataka has the largest number of IT companies. It grows 72% of country's coffee, and that is one. Another similar example is that in USA, the coffee capital of USA is Seattle. Seattle is also home to Microsoft, Amazon, and many such companies, and it has got the largest number of per capita. There are some 35 cafes per 1 lakh population in Seattle. Coffee outlets I am taking, branded coffee outlets. Starbucks was also born there. Similarly, Cafe Coffee Day was born here. So there are many very pleasant coincidences, and I must tell you, not only as the chairman of the coffee board, primarily I am a tea drinker who got converted as coffee drinker like Mr. Baligar, that coffee really helps in creativity because it gives you lot of antioxidants and good quantity of caffeine to fight through the tiredness and get your work done. So you can be very creative if you drink a lot of coffee. Another way. So this was a lot of coincidence, which was incidental and which was very interesting. But there is one coincidence which should force us to think very seriously. That is, China is a country which primarily grows and drinks tea, and coffee is very small. So China grows more than 50% of the tea that India grows, but coffee production is about 10% of what India grows. And as of now, if I am not wrong, the software industry in India is very strong, and China is trying to follow this path to get it strong in software industry and try to outbid. They are having a plan to cross India in 5 years' time. They are having very ambitious plans. Like that, there is something else where we can reverse. In IT production, we lag behind China. So that is one thing where India must have a plan, must have a strategic plan, and in that India is having a plan, but in that the students of the IIITB have to play a great role. This is something where, this is again a case of coincidence. Coffee and IT. Coffee are not completed. This is IT. And coffee, what is happening that coffee also China is doing to do what exactly they are trying to do in the software. They are producing only about 40,000 metric ton of coffee. They have a plan to produce 4 lakh metric ton of coffee over a period of time. So it seems there is really great organic linkage between software and coffee industry again. So, but here there is a lesson that they are trying to improve in certain sectors. We must try to improve and push through in achieving greater success in production and hardware in the information technology field. So with this, I will not take much time. It was a matter of great honor for me to be this afternoon here, and I'm thankful to Dr. Sadgopan for giving me this opportunity, and thanks to all of you.